Hi, and I was long-winded in the prior video I just did, so I'm going to try to shorten this one up a little bit. I want to first introduce myself as Dr. Loretta Ann Welling Phillips. I'm going to start saying Loretta Ann Welling because I'm about to go back to my maiden name, Welling. And I want to tell you that I was a doctoral level psychotherapist for almost 20 years. I had a traumatic experience, which I'm sure if you guys have seen my other videos, you pretty much all know. And I now decided from that the universe was guiding me into being a life coach, a prison advocate, a wrongful conviction investigation person that I will link you up to investigators and help them research your case, since I have great knowledge in that area. And I help build defense teams, or I can help build plaintiff teams if you need to sue somebody. So either side I can do. And you can learn more about what my agency does because we offer a wide range of services, from that to hypnotherapy to some minister services if you need it, to even a beauty coach. So check it out. It's at www.breakingthechainswellness.net. I will include that in my posts. I always do below if you're reading it straight from my website post blog site. And if you're on YouTube, I will post it below in the little section where we discuss and describe the post. So moving on, this video is primarily to help you guys understand the difference between a post-conviction relief motion and an appeal. I was so confused with this when I was in. It took me 6 months to figure this out, because nothing in my case was worked right by my attorneys, by my representation. Nothing. I didn't know. I'm not an attorney. That too. I'm not an attorney. I had to learn all this myself the years that I was wrongfully incarcerated. And that's why I'm sharing it with you, so you don't struggle. And if something happens to you or your family, you know the difference. So in my case, none of my evidence was used. None of my witnesses were used. My attorney did nothing. Okay. It was a 2-week trial. I don't even think he, objected to anything. He did nothing. And as you learn in other videos, he is now no longer has a license. And I also am filing some issues on him regarding his representation for me. And I also turned him into the disciplinary council, but he no longer has a license. So moving on, that does not matter with an appellate court. An appellate district court only is going to look at the information and data and behaviors that are recorded in your transcripts in the trial. They're going to look for errors in those. So in other words, if your attorney doesn't submit evidence, or doesn't do what you tell him to do, or has any type of misconduct, or doesn't do anything, there is nothing for the appellate court to rule is an error. Nothing is recorded. So you are worse off if you have an attorney that does nothing to actually appeal. My appeals were basically told to me like, your attorney did nothing. So we would love to help you, but we can't do anything because nothing was recorded. It's what we call on record. Okay, what's on record. The post-conviction, it's like an appeal, but it's not quite, because you file it within the same common pleas court that you had your criminal case with. It's called a post-conviction relief motion. This is where you put, we have evidence, new evidence. We have things that were not done. We have, in my case, my attorney wrote, we had evidence that has been in the hands of the Ohio Disciplinary Council for 2 years. She was unaware of it. And it has merit, and it needs to be heard. And I was able to go about it that way. And that was the way to fight my case. And that way is to fight 90% of your cases, guys. The reason why you're losing appeals is not because you are not innocent, or not because you don't have a case, but it's the wrong type of motion for what you're looking for. For you guys that are finding new evidence, an appeal is not the way to go. They're only looking for errors. I had errors in my original court case, but since my my trial, but since my attorney did nothing, they really couldn't do anything about it. So that's what left me stuck. My post-conviction relief is still in court. However, now, because I have all the evidence and that there have been higher government agencies kind of take notice to that evidence, they have left that motion without a judgment for almost 3 years. So that's a battle that I will get back to you on and teach you guys how to fight. But for right now, I'm going to just briefly tell you that with a post-conviction relief, you can file that with your appeal. It does not have to be one or the other. The appeal in the state of Ohio has to be filed, I do believe, 45 days from the time of the verdict. And then the post-conviction relief needs to be filed, I think, no later than 30 days from the time that your transcripts are received, and you have a year to file that. But you must at least file something stating that you're going to file within a timely fashion. So keeping that in mind, I'm not an attorney, okay? So I want you to check the laws, but I just wanted you to know that those are remedies out there for you and know the difference between them, because they are for real. And if you have evidence or you have any type of witnesses, please contact an attorney or learn how to file these motions on your own. I filed most of my motions on my own pro se. So I was lucky enough that post-conviction relief was filed by an attorney, but they've disrespected him as well and not had a judgment on it. And I'm currently working with government officials on that now. But please take this information to heart and learn about it, look it up, and know that there's other remedies out there for you. I just wanted to do a little bit of education tonight. I wanted to teach you a little bit tonight. So I'm going to wish you a pleasant evening. Please, with this terrible COVID going around, be safe. Hug your kids. Tell everyone in your household you love them. Walk in hope and never give up.